Okay. So, last question for you, David. What stories should startups be telling, and where should these stories live?
Well, definitely your own site. So I'm a big believer in building up your own site as like it's got to the volume of content on your site is something you can control. You can't control other sites. You can't control how often you're talked about. You can't control how many reporters are interested in what you're doing. What you can absolutely control today is how much you write and how much you post, starting with your own site, building out to social networks, building out to contributor sites like HackerNoon. Obviously, I want you to publish there too. It's a great place to publish. But what you really control is your output. Like that's completely up to you. So I always lean towards people starting there and not saying, hey, I want to pitch 1,000 journalists and get this great story in CNBC. It's like, maybe it'll work, but you're putting all your efforts into shooting for one thing that's small, and will it even drive your business? Writing is thinking. You build up your knowledge base as a business. Part of the thing that's your business asset is all of your documentation and content. How much of that content is driving interest in what you're doing? So, I mean, building up on your own site is still such a great place to start. And it lets you also know what you should be pitching journalists. Much better after you've written 100 posts about what you're doing than on your first post. So the act of building up your story and telling it every day, you're building up that muscle, and you're actually getting better at it. And then you're more capable to tell that higher level story in front of that bigger audience with that bigger readership when the time comes. So, yeah, especially in the beginning as a startup, documenting is as much for you as it is for them. You're really learning, why this business works and what makes you tick, as much as you're using that to market, your business and bring customers in. So, I think, control what you can control. I'm a big believer of like start there, and you control your own story.